Hello and welcome back to Speak Fast English, your space to listen, repeat, shadow, and learn English at a slow, natural pace. I'm here with you today, and I'm absolutely excited to share this comprehensive episode about workplace English that will transform your professional communication and accelerate your career advancement. Today we're going to learn 90 essential workplace expressions that will give you the language tools to excel in professional environments, lead meetings with confidence, deliver impactful presentations, and build powerful business relationships. This lesson is designed for B1 to B2 level learners who want to communicate like seasoned professionals and advance their careers in English-speaking business environments. Professional communication is the cornerstone of career success in today's globalized business world. Whether you're attending meetings, giving presentations, negotiating deals, or networking with industry leaders, your ability to express ideas clearly and professionally determines your credibility, influence, and advancement opportunities. Why is mastering workplace English so critical for your professional growth and financial success? In international business environments, professionals who communicate effectively in English earn higher salaries, receive more promotions, and gain access to leadership positions that drive organizational success and personal wealth creation. The expressions we'll master today are not academic phrases from textbooks. These are real, powerful expressions that successful professionals use daily in boardrooms, client meetings, project discussions, and strategic planning sessions across major corporations, startups, and international organizations. Before we begin our professional development journey, let me explain our proven shadowing method. I'll present each expression clearly and slowly, then demonstrate how to use it in realistic business contexts. After each expression, you'll hear me say, "Now you repeat." This is your signal to practice with the confidence and authority of a successful business professional. Active participation is essential for mastering professional communication. Don't just listen to this lesson passively. Speak every expression aloud, visualize yourself in executive meetings and boardroom discussions, and practice with the mindset of someone destined for leadership and business success. Let's begin this career-defining exploration of workplace English that will position you as a confident, articulate professional ready to excel in any business environment. Group 1. Meeting Fundamentals and Agenda Management Expression. Number 1. Let's get down to business. This phrase signals the transition from small talk to serious discussion. Let's get down to business and review the quarterly sales figures. Now you repeat. Expression number 2. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This formal phrase officially starts a meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order and welcome everyone to our strategic planning session. Now you repeat. Expression number 3. Let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. This encourages participation and establishes rapport. Let's go around the table and introduce ourselves before we begin the presentation. Now you repeat. Expression number 4. We have a lot to cover today. This sets expectations for a productive, focused meeting. We have a lot to cover today, so let's stick to our agenda. Now you repeat. Expression number 5. Could we please focus on the matter at hand? This redirects attention when discussions go off topic. Could we please focus on the matter at hand and address the budget concerns? Now you repeat. Expression number 6. Let's table this discussion for now. This means postponing a topic for later consideration. Let's table this discussion for now and revisit it in next week's meeting. Now you repeat. Expression number 7. Does anyone have any questions before we proceed? This ensures understanding before moving forward. Does anyone have any questions before we proceed with the implementation timeline? Now you repeat. Expression number 8. Let's take this offline. This means discussing something privately after the meeting. Let's take this offline and address the personnel issues individually. Now you repeat. Expression number 9. Can we circle back to this later? This requests returning to a topic at a more appropriate time. Can we circle back to this later when we have more data? Now you repeat. Expression number 10. Let's wrap this up. This signals the meeting is ending and summarizes next steps. Let's wrap this up by confirming everyone's action items and deadlines. Now you repeat. Group 2. Presenting ideas and proposals. Expression number 11. I'd like to present our proposal. This introduces a formal presentation or recommendation. I'd like to present our proposal for expanding into the European market. Now you repeat. Expression number 12. The purpose of today's presentation is. This clearly states the presentation objective. The purpose of today's presentation is to outline our digital transformation strategy. Now you repeat. Expression number 13. Let me walk you through the key points. This guides the audience through important information systematically. Let me walk you through the key points of our customer retention analysis. Now you repeat. Expression number 14. As you can see from this chart, this directs attention to visual data supporting your argument. As you can see from this chart, our market share has increased significantly. Now you repeat. Expression number 15. This brings me to my next point. This creates smooth transitions between presentation topics. This brings me to my next point about operational efficiency improvements. Now you repeat. Expression number 16. I'd like to highlight the benefits. This emphasizes positive aspects of a proposal or plan. I'd like to highlight the benefits of implementing this new software system. Now you repeat. Expression number 17. The bottom line is, this summarizes the most important conclusion or financial impact. The bottom line is that this investment will generate 20% ROI annually. Now you repeat. Expression number 18. Based on our analysis, this introduces conclusions supported by research and data. Based on our analysis, we recommend launching the product in Q3. Now you repeat. Expression number 19. This aligns with our strategic objectives. This shows how proposals support company goals. This aligns with our strategic objectives of increasing customer satisfaction and retention. Now you repeat. Expression number 20. I'm confident this will deliver results. This expresses conviction about expected outcomes. I'm confident this will deliver results and exceed our performance targets. Now you repeat. Group 3. Collaboration and teamwork. Expression number 21. Let's brainstorm some ideas. This initiates creative problem-solving sessions with team members. Let's brainstorm some ideas for improving our customer service experience. Now you repeat. Expression number 22. I think we should leverage our strengths. This suggests utilizing team or organizational advantages. I think we should leverage our strengths in technology and innovation. Now you repeat. Expression number 23. We need to align our efforts. This emphasizes coordinated action toward common goals. We need to align our efforts to ensure consistent messaging across departments. Now you repeat. Expression number 24. Let's divide and conquer. This suggests splitting work efficiently among team members. Let's divide and conquer this project with each team handling different components. Now you repeat. Expression number 25. We should touch base regularly. This means maintaining frequent communication about project progress. We should touch base regularly to ensure we're meeting all milestones. Now you repeat. Expression number 26. I'll take the lead on this initiative. This volunteers to assume primary responsibility for a project. I'll take the lead on this initiative and coordinate with all stakeholders. Now you repeat. Expression number 27. Let's get everyone on the same page. This ensures team members understand objectives and expectations. Let's get everyone on the same page regarding the new procedures. Now you repeat. Expression number 28. We need to think outside the box. This encourages creative, unconventional approaches to challenges. We need to think outside the box to solve this complex problem. Now you repeat. Expression number 29. This requires a collaborative approach. This emphasizes the need for teamwork and shared responsibility. This requires a collaborative approach involving all departments and stakeholders. Now you repeat. Expression number 30. Let's pool our resources. This suggests combining assets, knowledge, or capabilities for better results. Let's pool our resources to maximize our impact in this campaign. Now you repeat. Group 4. Decision-making and problem-solving. Expression number 31. We need to weigh our options carefully. This emphasizes thorough consideration of alternatives before deciding. We need to weigh our options carefully before committing to this investment. Now you repeat. Expression number 32. Let's consider the pros and cons. This suggests evaluating advantages and disadvantages systematically. Let's consider the pros and cons of each vendor proposal. Now you repeat. Expression number 33. This is a critical decision point. This identifies a moment requiring important choices affecting outcomes. This is a critical decision point that will determine our market position. Now you repeat. Expression number 34. We need to think strategically. This emphasizes long-term planning and competitive advantage considerations. We need to think strategically about our expansion into emerging markets. Now you repeat. Expression number 35. Let's look at this from different angles. This encourages multiple perspectives on complex issues. Let's look at this from different angles before finalizing our approach. Now you repeat. Expression number 36. We need to address the root cause. This focuses on solving fundamental problems rather than symptoms. We need to address the root cause of our customer complaints. Now you repeat. Expression number 37. This calls for immediate action. This indicates urgent situations requiring prompt responses. This calls for immediate action to prevent further revenue losses. Now you repeat. Expression number 38. We need to find a win-win solution. This seeks outcomes benefiting all parties involved. We need to find a win-win solution that satisfies both departments' needs. Now you repeat. Expression number 39. Let's escalate this to senior management. This means involving higher-level executives in decision-making. Let's escalate this to senior management for final approval. Now you repeat. Expression number 40. We need to cut our losses. This suggests abandoning unsuccessful initiatives to minimize damage. We need to cut our losses and focus resources on profitable projects. Now you repeat. Group 5. Project management and deadlines. Expression number 41. We need to stay on track. This emphasizes maintaining progress according to established timelines. We need to stay on track to meet our product launch deadline. Now you repeat. Expression number 42. This is mission critical. This identifies tasks or projects essential for success. This is mission critical for maintaining our competitive advantage in the market. Now you repeat. Expression number 43. We're behind schedule. This indicates project delays requiring corrective action. We're behind schedule and need to accelerate development activities. Now you repeat. Expression number 44. Let's set realistic expectations. This emphasizes achievable goals and timelines. Let's set realistic expectations for the implementation timeline. Now you repeat. Expression number 45. We need to prioritize our deliverables. This means organizing work by importance and urgency. We need to prioritize our deliverables based on client requirements. Now you repeat. Expression number 46. This is a stretch goal. This describes challenging but potentially achievable objectives. This is a stretch goal that will require exceptional team performance. Now you repeat. Expression number 47. We need to streamline our processes. This suggests improving efficiency by eliminating unnecessary steps. We need to streamline our processes to reduce production costs. Now you repeat. Expression number 48. Let's do a quick status check. This means briefly reviewing current progress on projects. Let's do a quick status check on all active initiatives. Now you repeat. Expression number 49. We need to course correct. This means adjusting strategy when current approaches aren't working. We need to course correct our marketing strategy based on recent feedback. Now you repeat. Expression number 50. This is a game changer. This describes innovations or decisions with significant impact. This is a game changer that will revolutionize our industry position. Now you repeat. Group 6. Financial discussions and budget management. Expression number 51. We need to stay within budget. This emphasizes fiscal responsibility and spending limits. We need to stay within budget while maintaining quality standards. Now you repeat. Expression number 52. This will impact our bottom line. This discusses effects on company profitability and financial performance. This will impact our bottom line significantly over the next quarter. Now you repeat. Expression number 53. We need to optimize our ROI. This focuses on maximizing return on investment. We need to optimize our ROI by targeting high-value customers. Now you repeat. Expression number 54. Let's do a cost-benefit analysis. This means evaluating whether benefits justify expenses. Let's do a cost-benefit analysis before proceeding with this project. Now you repeat. Expression number 55. We need to reduce operational costs. This identifies the need for expense management and efficiency. We need to reduce operational costs without compromising service quality. Now you repeat. Expression number 56. This represents a significant investment. This describes major financial commitments requiring careful consideration. This represents a significant investment in our future growth strategy. Now you repeat. Expression number 57. We need to generate more revenue. This identifies the need for increased income streams. We need to generate more revenue through new product offerings. Now you repeat. Expression number 58. Let's explore funding options. This discusses methods for financing projects or operations. Let's explore funding options for our expansion plans. Now you repeat. Expression number 59. We need to improve cash flow. This addresses the timing of money coming in and going out. We need to improve cash flow by accelerating customer payments. Now you repeat. Expression number 60. This will drive profitability. This describes actions expected to increase company profits. This will drive profitability through operational efficiency improvements. Now you repeat. Group 7. Client relations and customer focus. Expression number 61. We need to exceed client expectations. This emphasizes delivering superior value and service. We need to exceed client expectations to secure long-term partnerships. Now you repeat. Expression number 62. Let's focus on customer satisfaction. This prioritizes positive client experiences and feedback. Let's focus on customer satisfaction as our primary success metric. Now you repeat. Expression number 63. We need to strengthen client relationships. This emphasizes building deeper business connections. We need to strengthen client relationships through regular communication. Now you repeat. Expression number 64. This will enhance our value proposition. This describes improvements to competitive advantages offered to clients. This will enhance our value proposition in the marketplace. Now you repeat. Expression number 65. We need to address customer pain points. This focuses on solving client problems and challenges. We need to address customer pain points identified in recent surveys. Now you repeat. Expression number 66. Let's improve the customer experience. This emphasizes enhancing all client interaction touchpoints. Let's improve the customer experience across all service channels. Now you repeat. Expression number 67. We need to retain our best clients. This focuses on maintaining relationships with valuable customers. We need to retain our best clients through personalized service offerings. Now you repeat. Expression number 68. This will drive customer loyalty. This describes actions expected to increase client retention. This will drive customer loyalty and reduce churn rates. Now you repeat. Expression number 69. We need to expand our client base. This focuses on acquiring new customers and markets. We need to expand our client base through targeted marketing campaigns. Now you repeat. Expression number 70. Let's go the extra mile. This means providing exceptional service beyond standard expectations. Let's go the extra mile to ensure client satisfaction. Now you repeat. Group 8. Innovation and competitive advantage. Expression number 71. We need to stay ahead of the curve. This means maintaining leadership in industry trends and developments. We need to stay ahead of the curve in technology adoption. Now you repeat. Expression number 72. This gives us a competitive edge. This describes advantages over competitors in the marketplace. This gives us a competitive edge in customer acquisition. Now you repeat. Expression number 73. We need to innovate continuously. This emphasizes ongoing development and improvement efforts. We need to innovate continuously to maintain market leadership. Now you repeat. Expression number 74. Let's disrupt the market. This suggests revolutionary changes to industry standards. Let's disrupt the market with our breakthrough technology. Now you repeat. Expression number 75. We need to adapt to changing conditions. This emphasizes flexibility in response to market shifts. We need to adapt to changing conditions in consumer behavior. Now you repeat. Expression number 76. This represents a paradigm shift. This describes fundamental changes in approaches or thinking. This represents a paradigm shift in how we serve customers. Now you repeat. Expression number 77. We need to capitalize on opportunities. This means taking advantage of favorable circumstances. We need to capitalize on opportunities in emerging markets. Now you repeat. Expression number 78. Let's challenge the status quo. This encourages questioning current practices and seeking improvements. Let's challenge the status quo and find better solutions. Now you repeat. Expression number 79. We need to think strategically about growth. This emphasizes planned expansion and development. We need to think strategically about growth in international markets. Now you repeat. Expression number 80. This will differentiate us from competitors. This describes unique advantages that set companies apart. This will differentiate us from competitors in the marketplace. Now you repeat. Group 9. Performance and accountability. Expression number 81. We need to raise the bar. This means setting higher standards and expectations. We need to raise the bar on quality standards. Now you repeat. Expression number 82. Let's track our key metrics. This emphasizes monitoring important performance indicators. Let's track our key metrics to measure progress. Now you repeat. Expression number 83. We need to deliver on our commitments. This emphasizes meeting promises and obligations. We need to deliver on our commitments to stakeholders. Now you repeat. Expression number 84. This requires accountability at all levels. This emphasizes responsibility throughout the organization. This requires accountability at all levels of management. Now you repeat. Expression number 85. We need to benchmark against industry standards. This means comparing performance to sector leaders. We need to benchmark against industry standards for excellence. Now you repeat. Expression number 86. Let's strive for operational excellence. This emphasizes achieving superior performance in all activities. Let's strive for operational excellence in all departments. Now you repeat. Expression number 87. We need to close the performance gap. This means improving to reach desired levels. We need to close the performance gap in customer service. Now you repeat. Expression number 88. This will drive sustainable growth. This describes actions supporting long-term expansion. This will drive sustainable growth for years to come. Now you repeat. Expression number 89. We need to maintain our momentum. This emphasizes continuing successful progress and achievements. We need to maintain our momentum in market expansion. Now you repeat. Expression number 90. Let's celebrate our achievements. This recognizes success and motivates continued excellence. Let's celebrate our achievements while planning future goals. Now you repeat. Excellent work. You've just mastered 90 essential workplace expressions that will transform your professional communication and accelerate your career advancement. These expressions provide the foundation for executive-level communication in any business environment. Understanding when and how to use these expressions appropriately distinguishes successful professionals from their peers. Timing, tone, and context determine whether these phrases enhance your credibility or seem forced and unnatural. In senior-level meetings, expressions like, "Let's think strategically," and "This represents a paradigm shift," demonstrate big-picture thinking and leadership potential. During project discussions, phrases like, "We need to stay on track," and "Let's prioritize our deliverables," show management capabilities. When presenting to executives, use expressions like, "The bottom line is," and "This will drive profitability," to focus on financial impact and business value. These phrases resonate with decision-makers who prioritize measurable results. Executive presence depends largely on communication style and language choices. Professionals who advance to leadership positions speak with authority, clarity, and strategic focus that inspire confidence in their capabilities. Using expressions like, "I'm confident this will deliver results," and "This aligns with our strategic objectives," positions you as someone who thinks beyond immediate tasks to consider broader organizational impact. Phrases like, "We need to think outside the box," and "Let's challenge the status quo," demonstrate innovation mindset valued in leadership roles. These expressions show you're not just executing tasks, but actively seeking improvement opportunities. When discussing challenges, use expressions like, "We need to address the root cause," and "This calls for immediate action," to show problem-solving capabilities and decisiveness that executives expect from rising leaders. Professional networking requires sophisticated communication skills that build meaningful business relationships. These expressions help you connect with industry leaders, potential mentors, and strategic partners. During networking events, expressions like, "Let's explore opportunities to collaborate," and "I'd like to leverage our mutual strengths," create foundation for valuable business relationships. In client meetings, phrases like, "We need to exceed client expectations," and "Let's go the extra mile," demonstrate commitment to exceptional service that builds long-term partnerships. When building internal relationships, expressions like, "Let's pool our resources," and "This requires a collaborative approach," show you value teamwork and can work effectively across organizational boundaries. Career advancement requires understanding and discussing financial aspects of business operations. These expressions demonstrate business acumen essential for leadership positions. Using phrases like, "We need to optimize our ROI," and "Let's do a cost-benefit analysis," shows you understand financial implications of business decisions and can contribute to strategic planning. Expressions like, "This will impact our bottom line," and "We need to generate more revenue," demonstrate awareness of profit drivers and financial sustainability that executives value. When discussing investments, phrases like, "This represents a significant investment," and "We need to improve cash flow," show understanding of capital allocation and financial management principles. Modern businesses require leaders who understand competitive dynamics and innovation strategies. These expressions position you as someone who thinks strategically about market position and growth opportunities. Phrases like, "We need to stay ahead of the curve," and "This gives us a competitive edge," demonstrate awareness of competitive landscape and strategic positioning. Using expressions like, "Let's disrupt the market," and "We need to innovate continuously," shows understanding of innovation imperatives in rapidly changing business environments. When discussing growth strategies, phrases like, "We need to capitalize on opportunities," and "This will differentiate us from competitors," demonstrate strategic thinking about market expansion. Leadership roles require ability to drive performance and maintain accountability across teams and departments. These expressions demonstrate management capabilities valued in advancement decisions. Phrases like, "We need to raise the bar," and "Let's strive for operational excellence," show commitment to high standards and continuous improvement. Using expressions like, "This requires accountability at all levels," and "We need to deliver on our commitments," demonstrates understanding of responsibility and reliability, essential for leadership trust. When discussing improvements, phrases like, "We need to close the performance gap," and "Let's benchmark against industry standards," show data-driven approach to performance management. Today you've mastered 90 essential workplace expressions that successful executives use to lead organizations, drive results, and build careers. These expressions represent the language of leadership and business success. Remember that professional communication extends beyond knowing the right words. Confidence, authenticity, and strategic thinking combined with these expressions create the executive presence that opens doors to leadership opportunities and financial success. These expressions appear constantly in boardrooms, client meetings, and strategic planning sessions where career-defining decisions are made. Mastering this vocabulary positions you to participate meaningfully in discussions that shape organizational direction and your professional future. Most importantly, consistent use of professional language builds credibility and trust with colleagues, clients, and executives who determine advancement opportunities and compensation levels. If these 90 workplace expressions helped you feel more confident about professional communication, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Speak Fast English for more career-focused content that drives professional success. In the comments below, tell me which expression you found most powerful for your career goals, or share a success story about how improved English communication advanced your professional opportunities. I read every comment, and your experiences inspire content that helps professionals worldwide. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss our new lessons. Tomorrow we'll be covering advanced presentation skills that will help you influence decision makers and lead organizational change through compelling communication. Thank you for investing in your professional development with me today. Remember that every expression you master brings you closer to the leadership roles and financial success you deserve. Until our next lesson, keep practicing, keep advancing, and remember that professional success begins with the confidence to communicate your value clearly and persuasively. Your career breakthrough awaits.